live from the YouTubes. It's Sunday, 11:02. We're a little late today, but you know what? That's okay. What's up, Flick fans? Welcome back to the channel. Another live stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, as you do every single Sunday around the same time. We're keeping it consistent now, and I like that. Today, we're going to talk about movies, some news over the last couple of days. If you guys want to ask some questions about all the craziness and the madness, whether it's Regal officially closing down all of their theaters in the United States and in the UK, the parent company, which was unfortunate, or the Spider-Verse news. And I know we already did a live stream over that, but if you guys have any questions about any of those things, otherwise, we're going to talk about movies and TV shows today. As always, I appreciate everyone joining us. We do have a couple of new people that's joined the channel recently, so thank you guys, all the newbies. It's really sweet of you to come. And if you guys don't know how this works, we usually hit on the super chats before everything else, just because those stick around so I can see them. They become prevalent. Otherwise, I want to try to get to as many streaming questions as I can, comments, concerns, thoughts on life, all of those wonderful things. And let's get into this chat room. Welcome, 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 everyone. Hello. Oh, nearly 3 minutes late. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Hey, we do have a super chat from a brand new patron. By the way, if you're wondering where my review for Vampires versus the Bronx is, I will be doing a review for that, but only for Patreon, putting some other things ahead of that this weekend for the YouTube channel. But Shashank says, hey, Austin, hope you had a great day. I've had a great day so far. Absolutely. What is one film that you wish you saw in theaters before you were born? So before 1995, keep up the amazing work. Well, before I was born, I know this is such an easy answer. I've got to go Empire Strikes Back, though, just to get the, I mean, it's not a spoiler. It's how many years old? Just to get the revelation of Darth Vader being his father, that scene in a theatrical experience with everyone else surrounding you, as shocked as you were, kind of like how we were during Avengers Infinity War. Everybody just sitting there like, did they just kill off half the Avengers? So that moment, I think, is worth watching something like Empire Strikes Back alone. Also, Ferris Bueller. I mean, Twist and Shout, seeing that in a theater, that dance and singing number, man, that would be incredible. So those are the two movies I would choose. I would love to see what movies you all would choose down below. I believe that's the only super chat we've got right now. So we're going to go back to the chat room and see how you guys are doing from the YouTubes. Yes, sir. Let's see, guys. All right, we've got, did you watch the Scream TV series? No, that's one that 3C Films was all over me to watch, as well as all of the movies, because I haven't seen them in so long. No, I didn't get to see the Scream TV series. It's mostly because I was just kind of watching other stuff and so busy with other stuff, but I've heard pretty good things about it. I'd like to know, if you've seen the Scream TV series, how is it? Because I'm curious. I've heard really good things, and a couple of people have been disappointed. So it's just, if I ever get around to it, we'll definitely see. All right, let's see. I got another good one right here. Who is the most underrated director, in your opinion? Oh, man, underrated director. I've got to go with my boy, the guy that I'm always talking about, but we're only talking about really one movie, even though he's directed many, many good films, such as Begin Again and Sing Street. That's John Carney. I believe John Carney is such a massively underrated director. He's fantastic when it comes to the films that really bring people together, give you a sense of hope, give you a sense of friendship in Sing Street, and then romance and Begin Again. And really, I don't think the guy's ever done anything wrong, even in his writing, even in his TV show on Amazon Prime. I thought that was really great. So overall, I believe John Carney is the most underrated director. I can't wait to see what the guy is going to do next. Have no clue what it is, but I can't wait to see what the guy is going to do. Here's one that says, Austin, what is one movie that you wish didn't get delayed until 2021? If you just had to choose one. Oh, that's tough. Man, if I just had to choose one, honestly, it would be between a couple. Eternals, I was dying to see Eternals, just to see what Chloe Zhao did. Nomadland did not disappoint. And then Last Night in Soho, I was devastated when that got shifted. I'm a huge fan of everything I've seen about that movie. And then probably a couple of these more like Oscar-y ish things. We'll have to see if they come out prior to the Oscar date. Not for sure yet, but man, a lot of things that just devastated me when they got moved. So it's really, really unfortunate. Shawshank back again says No Time to Die is getting postponed. I can't believe I got that right off the bat. No Time to Die. NTTD is getting postponed. Do you believe people getting back to theaters is more of an issue of less tentpole films or just general fear of COVID? I don't think it's an issue of tentpole films. I think Tenet, I mean, if Tenet couldn't do it, what movie will be able to do it? You know what I mean? So that was very unfortunate that it got postponed. It was extremely unfortunate that Tenet didn't do well in theaters. And we know it was supposed to come back and kind of salvage and save the movie industry. I'm glad it came out, but unfortunately, the impact of the film almost did the opposite. People saw that and said, "Whoop, we're not putting our movie out in theaters." So No Time to Die got shifted, and because of that, Regal Cinemas all across the U.S. Unfortunately, they're going to be closing over the next week, which is devastating. Mostly devastating because honestly, I have a lot of people, well, two or three people that I knew that worked at our local Regal. And it's unfortunate. The only reason I know them is because they see me every time I go in there and they're like, "Hey," yeah, it's really unfortunate, man. I hope everything turns out well there because Regal Cinemas, yes, but then you have people losing their jobs for the time being, at least. And it's really, really unfortunate. Last night in Soho, yeah, that's again, I think that devastated a lot of people. Yeah, Black Widow delayed till 2021. That's definitely one. So many different things. Are you excited for The Witches on HBO Max? Yeah, I saw that trailer. I thought it was a little cheesy, but then you know what? I kind of embraced it and I said, this could be really fun. So excited for it. Hope to bring you guys an early review. We'll just have to see how that turns out. But man, it looks interesting. And Mike, it's the same thing. Mike with the super chat. Thoughts on The Witches remake? Yeah, I like Anne Hathaway doing this. Is different. And the return of so many names behind the camera, man, it could be special. And the fact that it's coming out on HBO Max, it's a nice get for HBO Max, especially prime Halloween time. So definitely excited. Thanks for the super chat, Mike. Matthew says, did you ever regularly watch Ebert and Siskel growing up? And are there any specific reviews you remember? Love their review of Batman. That's actually the one. So Batman and Robin, that's the one that I remember the most because being a massive fan of Batman and Robin when I was 5 years old, you know, and kind of shifting to the opposite when I got older. That's one of the first ones that I actually ended up watching, crazy enough. Yeah, Ebert and Siskel, man, I didn't always agree with them, but they were just so thorough and well thought out with their opinions. Obviously, I'm the opposite because I tend to get scatterbrained. But no, they're great. They really are great. As much as we love YouTubers like Jeremy Johns and Chris Stugman and the Schmoes back in the day and all of these guys, entertainment, Ebert and Siskel, they kept it civilized. And they had just such fascinating ways of exploring movies and giving their opinions. So, yeah, very interesting to go back and watch some of their older reviews. I've not done it in a while. But the Batman and Robin review, my goodness, really changed my outlook on that film. I'll tell you that, as many of their reviews did. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about movie criticism on YouTube, especially, is even if we, you know, feel the opposite way, as long as it comes across in a reasonable way and you can understand where the person's coming from. I love hearing different opinions, man. I love hearing different opinions. Even friends of mine, I'll go and watch their reviews all the time and they'll feel just the opposite way on a movie from me. But man, there's something about it. There's something about movies that brings everybody together. Sometimes it splits people apart, but most of the time it brings everybody together. So I just find that really cool. My wife says, Austin, how does gumbo sound? It sounds spectacular, honey. You should bring me some, but no onions. Don't put onions in it. I would appreciate that. Love you, honey. Let's see. Will you review Love and Monsters? Yeah, I'm curious about Love and Monsters. I am. I definitely think I'm gonna review that. Looks interesting. I'll say that. When is your Bly Manor review coming? Well, funny thing you asked that question. The Haunting of Bly Manor comes out Friday. My review will be dropping Monday, which is tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Really excited to bring you guys a review. Can't say anything about it just yet, but I'm really excited to bring you guys a review of The Haunting of Bly Manor. That is tomorrow. Stay tuned. If you don't have the notification bell turned on, you can turn it on unless I'm annoying. Then don't turn it on. By the way, guys, if you're just joining in, I saw a couple people came in. Appreciate that. If you want to leave this drop this video a little thumbs up, I would appreciate that. It helps this channel, helps push this video out. Feels like every single week we're getting new people, and I truly believe that's because you guys are supporting this video. You're telling your friends, and you're pushing it out by leaving so many chats and so many thumbs up, and the more likes we get, the better this video does, and the more likely we are to maybe even start doing more live streams through the week. So that is awesome. Appreciate you guys big time. We haven't had the super chat. Will you review Save Yourselves? So I saw Save Yourselves. It came out. I will be reviewing it on Letterboxd, probably not YouTube. Normally, if I don't get to something the first 2 or 3 days, I don't do a YouTube review on it. I just do a Letterboxd review. But yeah, I definitely plan on watching it because it looks interesting, and I believe it's got some pretty good ratings. So there you go. All right. Give us a tease. Was Bly Manor good? Can't give a tease. Not allowed to give a tease. Netflix would kill me. But I truly appreciate that, guys, big time. Let's see. We got some more chats. The super chats are gone, I believe, at this point. So we're going to get back to the normal chats. NBA Finals prediction. Lakers going to run all over the Heat. And it's unfortunate because, not to talk sports big time, but yeah, Bam got hurt. They've had some injuries. Dragic, I always mispronounce that. He's hurt. Hero's not playing as well as he was. I'm a huge fan of the Heat. I'm just a big Kentucky fan. So we got Rajon Rondo and Anthony Davis, and then we've got Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. So doesn't matter who wins, I'm happy. But yeah, I think the Lakers are going to, maybe Heat gets one, but I think the Lakers going to. Yeah, guys, if we, I appreciate somebody bringing this up. Please don't spam the same question over and over. It makes it tough for me to see other questions. If I don't get to a question, I'm going to try my best to get to all of them, but they come in chunks. I say that every week. They come in chunks. I'm going to try to get to them all. Appreciate you guys. Zach says, choose 5 movies that will stay with you forever. Stay with me forever. Man. All right, so let's do one of each. I'm not going to do my top 5 movies of all time. Let's do one of each of my favorite directors. So let's do Arrival from Villeneuve. Let's do The Dark Knight from Christopher Nolan. Let's do Goodfellas from Scorsese. I want to throw in Sing Street. That movie's got to stay with me forever. And Whiplash, little Damien Chazelle action. So those are 5 movies that will stay with me forever. I didn't put Ferris Bueller. Oh man. Yeah, I might have to put Ferris Bueller over Sing Street. So those are my 5. Interesting question. What is copyright on YouTube? Well, there's so many things. So essentially, you can't include any footage, or sometimes pictures. For the most part, you can use pictures. You can't include footage or sound or something that has been copyrighted by a company or a studio. When I do trailer reactions, you'll not be able to hear the sound as well, or sometimes the opacity is lowered on the video. That is the reason why, is because, a lot of the times, and even if I do it correctly, they'll still copyright me, which is only a claim. So there's a difference on YouTube. There's a claim and a strike. A claim will either take the video down completely, or it will not allow monetization on that video, which means I don't get anything from that video. And considering this is my job, that's unfortunate. But then you have the copyright strike, which actually affects your channel. So 3 strikes and you're out. So you don't want to get a copyright strike. If I were to get 3 on this channel, genuinely, I would lose the channel for at least a couple of months. So we try to steer around that. And it's unfortunate that that has to be the case. So that's why you don't see me doing as many trailer reactions as I used to. And when I do them, I tend to switch up a couple things. That way they don't hit me with that copyright claim. Copyright is horrible on YouTube. And this is the perfect way to put it. A strike means you get effed. Frankfurted. All right, let's move on. Okay, yes, this is actually one of my most anticipated movies of the year, A24. Minari looks beautiful, beautiful. Looks absolutely incredible. I cannot wait for this movie. I think it's got one of the highest scores on Letterboxd of the year. So many great things about it. I cannot wait. Let's keep going here, guys. What do you think of a Black Canary and Arrow series for HBO Max with Journey Smollett returning and John Boyega? Ooh, John Boyega is Green Arrow. I'm slowly dying. Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't heard the John Boyega is Green Arrow yet. Yeah, I would like to see Journey returning because she's having a huge year right now, a huge year. And I think that's the prime series or the prime project for HBO Max. I don't think it would work as a movie. Maybe Birds of Prey didn't even do that well at the box office, and that's Harley Quinn. It's Harley Quinn. So I think it would be really cool. John Boyega is Green Arrow. Yeah, I like him as Jon Stewart too, as Green Lantern. Although John David Washington is Jon Stewart right now, really, I'm just like, let's go. It looks amazing. Just the concept art that I've seen, but nobody's cast as Green Lantern yet, unfortunately. Do you have a favorite critic? Favorite critic? Man, that's tough. You know, I used to say growing up, it was Jeremy Jahns because, you know, like everybody loves Jeremy Jahns. He's the OG. He was the first one to do it. Kind of beat everybody to the punch, which was awesome. And then I just grew to love the Schmoes. Was a huge fan of those guys. Chris Stuckman right now, I'm really, you know, I love his opinions and whatnot, but I have to go with Dan Murrell. I think Dan Murrell is fantastic, man. I think he's so good. So good. I love his opinions. I love the way he constructs his opinions. I don't always agree with him, but I kind of like disagreeing with him sometimes just because I can see where he's coming from. So, man, Dan Murrell, I think he's a really good critic. Seems like a really good guy as well. Have you seen The Trial of Chicago 7? Yes. The review is on my channel right now. So either after the live stream or during, you can go watch it. Witches looks horrible. It does look cheesy, but you know what? Sometimes cheesy on Halloween is good. Sometimes cheesy on Halloween is good. So we'll just have to see. I've learned that never judge a movie by its trailer. You can judge the trailer, but never judge a movie by its trailer because I've seen some pitiful trailers that made great movies. I've seen some fantastic trailers, and the movies is not that good. So it always goes back and forth. Asa Butterfield should play Austin Burke in his biopic. I'm a big fan of Asa Butterfield. He is a great actor. So, hey, I would appreciate that. Austin, what are your thoughts on Chernobyl Diaries? Chernobyl Diaries. Now, Chernobyl, the HBO series I've seen. I don't think I've seen Chernobyl Diaries. So, yeah, I can't give you an opinion on that. But, yeah, the HBO series is one of the greatest miniseries I've ever seen. My wife says, do you like kombucha? I like buying you kombucha, honey. I bought her the big one the other day from Kroger. She was so excited. She's obsessed with kombucha. So it's fine, but you know, you drink it because it helps your tummy. Hi, Austin. Is there a super popular film that you haven't seen yet? Oh, yeah, plenty. I mean, you span back to the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I can't really think of one off the top of my head. And I would say go to Letterboxd if you don't see a score, but there are a lot of movies that I've seen that I haven't given a score to on Letterboxd only because I haven't seen them in a while and maybe my thoughts have changed. But man, just a lot of recently. No, I don't think there's one recently because the last, 4 years I've attempted to see every big movie I could. And then prior to that, man, I've caught up on a lot of them from the 2010s and the 2000s, so can't really come up with one. But man, there are so many. If I could just think of one, I would tell you. All right, let's keep going, guys. Let's see. Baby Yoda's so cute. I know Baby Yoda's the cutest. Let's see. This is good. What is your wife's favorite movie? Her favorite movie is probably Silence of the Lambs. That's the one that she talks about the most. Let me see, guys. I am making sure somebody said I needed to moderate the chat. Yeah, I've been trying to find some mods for the chat because sometimes it gets a lot hanged. But most of you guys are pretty good, so I appreciate that. I always come into this video and there's like 2 or 3 people that have left dislikes before the video even starts. And I'm like, there's my guys. There's my bros. They do it on all my videos. They just don't like me for some reason. But you know what? That's okay. It's still engagement if they click on my video. So that technically helps me. Let's see. Did I miss a super chat, guys? I want to make sure I don't miss a super chat here. Let me make sure. Go to the YouTube's viewer activity here. No, I don't think I missed a super chat. I think we're good. Let's keep going. All right, here we go. Have you read the Sandman comics by Neil Gaiman? Netflix is doing an adaptation soon. Yes. And I heard Joseph Gordon-Levitt for a while was surrounding that, but I don't think he's involved anymore. I can't necessarily remember who's doing it, but Sandman is an awesome character. I haven't read all of the comics, but I've kind of delved into it a little bit. My cousin is a huge comic book collector, so he has many things, and I'm just a big fan of that entire world, all of those characters. If they were to adapt it on Netflix, I would be super excited if they did. Let's see, Thor: The Dark World or Suicide Squad? This is interesting. Thor: The Dark World is boring. Suicide Squad is messy. So messy. I would probably, honestly, go Thor: The Dark World. And I know a lot of people, I've seen so many people say Thor: The Dark World is just this terrible movie. And I don't think it's terrible. I just think for MCU standards, it's terrible. I think for the most part, it's just a boring movie. It's just boring. But I do think it's better put together than Suicide Squad. I think it looks better than Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was an absolute mess, even though I found some things that I loved about that movie, including a lot of the characters and even the soundtrack at times. So it's unfortunate, big time. Here, guys, let me go in here. I gotta do some. Let me see there. We're gonna. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's getting annoying. Let's see. Yeah, I wish you guys would volunteer to mod the chat. We got some 8-year-olds in the chat. It's just going crazy. Let's see. Thoughts on Zodiac? Yeah, I love Zodiac. I really do. I'm a huge fan of Zodiac, and obviously David Fincher is my boy. But every performance in that movie and just the mystery as a whole from that film is really intriguing and fascinating and engaging. So let me make sure, guys. Let me here. I got you. We're gonna. There we go. All right. There we go. Yep. Bye-bye. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Austin, did you watch Arrested Development? My favorite sitcom after The Office. I've watched bits and pieces. I've not really seen as much as a lot of people would want, because I know it's a huge show. It's a popular show. A lot of great actors in there for sure. But I'm just, I'm not a huge fan. All right. Let's see. I gotta fix this, y'all. Give me 1 second. We got some psychopaths in the chat. Let's see. We're gonna go bye here, bye there. What is going on, y'all? There we go. We got it. All right. Bye there. See you there. Later there. Bye. Okay. Seriously, what is happening? Did it just go into the insane asylum and select people to watch this video? All right, let's see. All right, y'all. Golly, man, y'all. I mean, I don't really care, but it doesn't allow me to see the genuine questions. That's the problem. Y'all can be little 4 and 5-year-olds if you want and whatever. But there you go. Pizza time. Yes. Save the day, Tobey Maguire. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Yeah, I know I just don't have anybody. I don't know anybody that wants to sit here and watch my whole live stream other than you all, but I don't know how to contact you prior. So that's the problem. I did suggest something though the other day. People that I have on Patreon, I'm thinking about making all of my patrons mods for this live stream. That way, when they join in, they can do all that stuff and help me out. So that way I can contact them prior and stuff like that. But I appreciate it big time for everybody that's volunteering to do that. I seriously do. Let's see. Saw franchise thoughts. Saw franchise? I'm a huge fan of a couple of the films. I really like the first one. As a whole, though, it's not a franchise that I go back to all that often. But there are some really, really good moments. And obviously, James Wan, with that first movie, what he was able to do was just incredible. So I'm a big fan of the first. Everything after that, I'm kind of back and forth on, so it's unfortunate. Let's see. Which character from Stranger Things is the most uninteresting to you? That's a good question. The most uninteresting. Let's see. The most uninteresting Stranger Things character. I'd have to go with, at first it was, I can't remember his name. The guy with the beard, the funny guy. In season 2, I just didn't really like the conspiracy theorist guy. In season 2, I just didn't really like him all that much. But then you get to season 3, and he was great. I would honestly have to say and this is kind of a cheat here, 11's episode, the episode where 11 is going. Hang on, let me get it. There we go. All right, I think we fixed it. The episode where 11 is going out with her. Man, y'all throw me off, man. Y'all throw me off big time. Let's move on to another question, man. I can't even get through that. Psychopaths. All right, let's see. Here we go. Thank you for the super chat. Those stick around. Let's see. Bong Joon-ho. Ranked win. Ooh. Also, thoughts on the booze from Mario. Oh, man. Let's see. Bong Joon-ho ranked. That's tough. Well, first of all, I haven't seen all of Bong Joon-ho's films. I've seen most of his American movies. I haven't seen a couple of his original, like the first 1 or 2 movies that he did. I would have to say probably with his next movie. I'm a huge fan of Snowpiercer. I liked Okja. I didn't love Okja, but obviously Parasite. I mean, we all kind of know where Parasite's going to end up, but yeah, that'll be interesting. So definitely when Bong Joon-ho's next movie comes out, that's when we're going to do it. All right, let's keep going here, guys. What do you, keeping with that, what do you want to see next from Bong Joon-ho? Man, it's interesting. I don't really want him to go back to the blockbusters with Snowpiercer and Okja. I just want another quiet, independent film, hardcore, intense, like he did. Maybe a thriller, maybe a straight thriller, or a mystery. A mystery would be interesting. So, yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what he does next. I'm very curious. Let's keep going, guys. Have you seen Mulan? Yes, I've seen the original and the new one. The review is on the channel right now. Let's see. Thoughts on Stanley Kubrick? Fantastic. Haven't seen 100% of his movies, but the ones that I've seen quite a bit, actually. Obviously, Stanley Kubrick, Mount Rushmore of directors for sure. Parasite is definitely awesome, spectacular. I agree, man. Parasite is just so good. Easily my top 5-10 of last year. Do you think Tenet is Nolan's worst film? No, I don't. I don't at all. I think my least favorite of his movies is his first movie, It's Following. I think Tenet's a little bit better than Insomnia. I think you can make an argument that it's better than something like The Dark Knight Rises. I mean, honestly, on my personal list, I have it right with Dunkirk. I have Tenet and Dunkirk. I think Dunkirk is a better movie, but I think Tenet is more memorable, if that makes sense. So, no, I don't think it's his worst movie, but a lot of people do, and that's okay. Let's see here, guys. Keep going here. Joey says, just watch Prisoners for the first time. One of the best movies I've seen this year. I blame you, Austin. Yes, that is awesome. I am a huge fan of Prisoners. One of my top 20 movies of all time. And every time I go back and watch it, it's heartbreaking. It is. It's tragic. It's not one you want to rewatch. But with the filmmaking and the acting and everything involved, it's one you're almost forced to rewatch. It's so good. So it's amazing. Let's see, guys. Got some good ones here. Where those mukbang and movies at? You should do Parasite and Korean food. Ooh, I like that. Knight Rider. I like that. Yeah, the only reason we haven't done them is one, everything's just been so busy in our personal lives with my wife, and she's taken on more hours with her job. And honestly, the response for the videos hasn't been quite where I wanted it to be. So it's my longest taking video. When I work on it, it takes me about 8 hours to make. So we go and we film it, and I got to sit and I got to edit it. So all of that effort for not as much of a payoff is probably, now if I had somebody to assist me in editing, I'd say I'd probably do it. But man, those videos take so long because I have to sit and edit for so long. But I do want to do another one. But the next one that we do, I've mentioned this before, is Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, the entirety of the trilogy. Just don't know where we're going to eat at. So that's what we got to figure out. Yep. Let's keep going, guys. Here we go. Do you think the MCU and DC movies are roller coaster movies? Is Del Niro? I believe you meant De Niro, but did De Niro say that, roller coaster movies? Okay, I get that, but I think movies are movies. I'm not of the camp that sits here and says, "Wow, cinema, comic book movies aren't cinema." Some comic book movies have brought more people together than independent movies ever will, and that's just facts. I mean, yes, it's. You can sell those films and they're blockbusters, and some of them are lazy. I'll admit some of them are very lazy, but they're still movies. I just don't buy any of that stuff. Sometimes it's just kind of the get off my lawn syndrome a little bit with some of these directors because those movies bring in so much money. And yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was Scorsese. Scorsese specifically, I believe he was asked about the MCU movies. And he said, but you know what? If it's not for Scorsese, that's fine. And that's the subjectivity. People were giving him such a hard time. And I'm like, guys, first of all, Martin Scorsese has directed some of the greatest films of all time. Second of all, he's allowed to have an opinion. He's allowed to have an opinion. So it's absolutely fine. But for me personally, if a movie is a movie, then it's a movie. You know what I mean? That just for me, whatever is good, whatever is garbage, and that's just the way I see it. But I tend to be a little bit more positive than some people, so that's okay. Let's keep going here, guys. Yeah, and theme park movies. That's what he said. He said theme park movies. So, you know, but that's the thing. He's allowed to feel that way. People were giving him, I believe, sending him emails and tweeting at him and stuff like that. I don't think he's on Twitter, but he's allowed to feel that way. So if that's his opinion, amen to that, man. He's a master filmmaker, and that's okay. Ryan says, with the super chats, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Would you like to see another Zombieland movie? Yeah, I would. I enjoyed the second one. And you know what? I liked the first one when it first came out. I really did. But I wasn't as hardcore in love with it as a lot of people were. But here's what changed my thoughts on that. I went to the theater, and it could be honestly because I missed it in the theater the first time. I went to the theater and watched it back to back with the second one because I believe Cinemark had that double screening where you could see it a couple days early. And I had such a great time with both of those films. Such a great time. So I would love to see another Zombieland movie. I think the cast is great. I think they are hilarious together. And it was just so much fun. Thank you for the super chat, Ryan. We have another one. Saturn Y Man. Appreciate it, my friend. It's a great. Here's what I was looking forward to today. With Regal's Cineworld now closed, will AMC be next? S&P analysts say they are the cinema chain with the most in the most financial trouble. With no big new movies coming soon, operating costs might not make it viable for them to stay open. Great super chat. Accurate super chat. I am terrified of what's going to happen to theater chains. I'm terrified. The only one that it feels like they're doing a little bit better than the rest of them is Cinemark. But even Cinemark is struggling. When No Time to Die moved, I sat back and I was bummed out for myself. You're not going to get to see No Time to Die. But then I started thinking about the theater industry, and I don't know what they're going to do. I have no clue. I don't know what there is to do. That's the problem, is there's really nothing they can do at this point. Sit back and ask for money. And that's what they have to do. So, man, I mean, I'm just heartbroken again for all of the friends that I have working for those theater companies. And I know a guy that is genuinely a guy that I'll message, and he is a good friend that works for Cinemark. And I'm afraid I don't know what's going to happen with his job because I don't know if Cinemark's going to stay open. So, yeah, it's terrifying. Now, is there anything we can do about it? No, there's nothing we can do. we can just sit back and hope that somebody bails them out. So it's unfortunate, man. But again, 2020 is just the worst. And it's going to keep being the worst. So maybe 2021 is the year where movies and normal sports and life as we know it is resurrected in a way to where we feel comfortable and normal again. But as of right now, I don't know what's going to happen, guys. It is absolutely, genuinely wild and terrifying. So appreciate the super chat. Let's hope something good happens soon. But as of right now, it's just a series. It's a string of bad events. Vanya, what's up, Vanya? Newest shows and movies you'll never forget. So we'll say newest. We'll say this year. I will not forget a movie like The Trial of Chicago 7. It's Aaron Sorkin. I will not forget a movie like Palm Springs. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful film. I thought Nomadland was extremely impactful. Season 2 of The Boys, and you guys are about to get the finale, which I will do a spoiler video for. I've been holding off on videos for The Boys since I did my full season review. We'll be doing a spoiler video. Season 2 is outstanding. Another show thought was really good. Can't talk about. What is that? I don't know. Yeah, just so many great things that have come from this year. A year with not as many great things as something like last year. A year with not as many incredible movies as 2019, because 2019 brought us some of the best films I had seen all decade. And honestly, with my top 10 right now, I don't know how many of those would have made my top 10 last year. Maybe not even one of them. Maybe one. But that's it. That just goes to show how different last year was from this year. But we still got some great cinema, and we still got some great TV shows. So while I've been disappointed as a whole, we still got some stuff that's going to resonate with me, especially in the TV space. Something that'll stick with me forever. Dark season 3 is another one. So many really good things. The final season of BoJack Horseman. My goodness, guys. Let's see. Thoughts on, oh, I love this. Thoughts on Spotlight. Saw it last week and loved it. I love Spotlight. That is one of the only movies over the 2010s that I believe should have won Best Picture. Now, would I have preferred Mad Max? Yes. But I still think Spotlight was, for what it was going for, almost perfect. So I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of what they were able to do with that movie. The cast in general is wonderful. And he's got another movie coming out. The director, Stillwater, I believe is his film coming out this year. So super excited for it. Spotlight is in my top 3 of that year. It's awesome. Daquan says, have you seen One Night in Miami? I love Regina King. No, unfortunately, no. But this movie looks great. This movie looks great. What I'm hearing, people raving about it, all the tweets that I've seen. I've not read an actual review yet, but from what I've seen in the summary, man, it looks so cool. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch it at one of the film festivals, but as soon as it comes out, I want to be bringing you guys a review. I did Nomadland. I did On the Rocks. I did Trial of Chicago 7. Those are kind of the 3 awards movies that I've hit so far. But I will be covering a few movies from AFI Film Festival in 2 weeks, so stay tuned. I'm hoping One Night in Miami kind of slips in there and I'm able to talk about it. Let's keep going, guys. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats here. All right, I think we're good. We're going to go back to the chat room. Who do you reckon is the most underrated actor? Underrated. That's interesting. Man, that's tough. Because all the actors I'm thinking about are rated. It's like Jake Gyllenhaal, he's rated. He's not underrated. Tom Holland, he's not overrated, but he's overused at this point, but I think he's fantastic. For a while, it was Robert Pattinson, but I think people are finally starting to see how good he actually is. I'll still probably lean with Robert Pattinson. I think some great young actresses, can't remember her first name, Viswanathan from Broken Hearts Gallery. I think she's great. Caitlin Dever, I always talk about. I want to see her more. So yeah, just a handful for me. But again, most of the actors I'm thinking about, they're just kind of rated, you know, like Jake Gyllenhaal's not underrated. He's just great. He's just the best. What's the deal with Saint Maud? I assume you mean, when is it coming out? I don't know. I'd heard some things about it. I'd heard people talk about it a little bit, but yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Saint Maud. It is a new A24 film that I was really excited for. One of my 20 most anticipated movies of the year. But yeah, it's very unfortunate that it hasn't come out yet. That and The Green Knight, and the other A24 movie is, I believe, Minari is the name of it, but that's definitely coming out over the next couple of months. So I'm excited to see that. Let's see. My local theater, which wasn't part of any chain, already went out of business. Ah, man. Been going since I was a kid. Tickets were $7, $4 for matinee. Man, so sad. I hate 2020. Yeah, I found out that one of our local theaters, the Kentucky Theater, which is right in town, beautiful theater that plays independent movies, such a surreal experience. It's actually a theater for plays, and they just pulled down a projection screen, and it's so old fashioned. The ambience coming from the walls is so great, and they shut it down. And that's the place, before I was getting early screeners, that's the place where I was getting all these independent movies. Because Kentucky, I mean, they don't know what an independent movie is. Kentucky is so difficult when it comes to finding places that show early screeners and finding independent movies. It's so difficult, and it bums me out. But Kentucky Theater was that place, and now it's out of business. And I was so bummed out. It is very, very unfortunate. Let's keep going here, guys. We have, what do you think about Tom Holland and John Cena in reboot of G.I. Joe? Chris did a video about that. What are your thoughts on this? Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if I believe it all the way, but if it does happen, who better to be in a G.I. Joe movie than John Cena? I mean, Bumblebee, you look at John Cena's character, it felt like he was straight out of G.I. Joe. That's what it felt like. So John Cena's perfect. Holland is an interesting choice, but you can't go wrong with anything Tom Holland is in. I think he's a great actor. So interesting for sure. Cody says, what are your thoughts on Scream 5? 3C Films is begging me to go back and watch the Scream movies. I believe I've seen all of them. There may be one I haven't seen. It's been a while, though. It's been a while. So I keep telling them, I'm like, I'm going to do it, dude. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't want to do it too early because I want to get kind of prepared for Scream 5. But Scream 5 looks great. I love the cast. I love the returning cast. I think just the set photos we've seen, the one of the house that Chris was showing me with the smoke looked great. We talked about it on our podcast, Film Strippers on YouTube, 3C Films and I. So looks great. Very, very excited for Scream 5. I genuinely, I think it's one of my most anticipated horror movies. Austin, which is one film you loved, but will never visit again, like ever. Grave of the Fireflies for me. I remember loving Roma. I will never visit that film again. It's a little too slow when I think about it, but it's still a beautiful movie. Manchester by the Sea. That movie is too heartbreaking for me, even though I loved it. I thought it was great. There are a couple movies like that, even a couple Scorsese movies. I don't think I'll revisit Silence again. I don't think I'll revisit Silence, but it's a beautiful film. It's just some movies are a bit too long. Some movies are a bit too heartbreaking. I said that about Schindler's List, and I watched it again. I think Schindler's List is a bit too beautiful not to revisit. But for the most part, yeah, it's tough to revisit some of these really heartbreaking, long movies, but they're so good. Just because you don't want to rewatch a movie doesn't mean that movie isn't amazing. It's just sometimes, like Prisoners is a movie that most people don't want to revisit, and I understand that. But I love it for the filmmaking, so I go back and see it all the time. Yeah, I freaking love The Boys. Listen, I love The Boys too. I really do. I'm a huge fan of season 1 and season 2, and that finale that you guys are going to see this week. Oh yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see it. The Shining or The Thing. Woo, man. Oh. I think I gotta go The Thing. The Thing resonated with me when I watched it. I believe it was this year when I watched it again. So much. Like more than most movies have this year from this year. I love that movie. I did watch The Shining last year in preparation for its soft sequel. But I think I have to slightly go with The Thing. They're both amazing, though. They're both amazing. Sorry, guys. My allergies. Woo. I'm dying over here. Let's see. Your thoughts on Sean Chandler? I love Sean. We've collabed a couple times. We've collabed a few times, and I'm on his website where he's essentially how to create and grow a YouTube channel in the film community. I believe I was the first or second interview that he did, and we had a great conversation afterwards. So I think Sean's great. I think what he's doing is great. What he's doing with his channel is great, and he's genuinely a nice guy. And you know what? I like nice guys on YouTube. I do. Nice guys are nice. Let's see. Have you watched Lovecraft Country? Yes, I reviewed the first 6 episodes, and I plan on doing a spoiler video once the season comes to a close. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to know my thoughts on the first 6, go check it out. And I have watched the first 8 because those are the screeners that I have now. They keep giving me new screeners. So it's really, really good. Back to Spotlight. Yeah, Spotlight was amazing. I love that movie. Austin, what movies are you excited to see in 2021 and 2022? Oh, yeah. Okay. I like this. Oh, there's so many. The Batman is one. The Batman, let's see here. Hang on, guys. Let me fix this really quick. Want to make sure I'm not missing any super chats. Let me know if I missed a super chat, guys. And I am slowly getting to all of them, but let me know. Yeah, the Batman, like I said last night in Soho, the new Scorsese film, don't know exactly when that's coming out. A couple of Marvel movies like The Eternals, Doctor Strange. If we do just so happen to get something with the multiverse with these films, I'm even more excited for those movies. You guys know I love big blockbusters, and I'm a huge fan of like independent Oscar baity films. There have been a lot of independent movies that have moved from 2020 to 2021, and I'm telling you guys, if next year goes back to normal, if it does, we don't know. If it goes back to normal, it is going to be the most exciting year for movies we've ever had, and I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. Samuel Prater says, Austin, how often do you dream about me? Sam, first of all, man, get your butt over here. Football starts at 1 o'clock. What are you doing, man? We're watching football together. You know this. Second of all, very often. Let's move on. We have a super chat. Austin, I have never been into horror films. Interesting. Haven't seen any barring Alien and SOTL. What would be your recommendation for a horror film for me? Man, well, don't go to Hereditary first off, right off the bat. Don't do that as a bad move. That is a scary movie. I think The Conjuring, while scary, it is still a movie that I believe maybe that's too scary. Maybe that's too much. What's a great entry horror film? You guys let me know. Maybe, man, Sinister. No, that's too scary too. Man, this is tough. I would probably say The Conjuring because it's the most studio movie I can think of that's kind of generic in a sense, but it's handled and executed in the best way. It's one of my favorite horror movies, but you do look at it and you do feel like you've seen this movie before. Well, that's because a lot of movies came after The Conjuring. So I would say that's a great entry. And if that movie scares you, then and I understand why. And if that movie scares you, then oh my goodness, there's gonna be a lot of hang on, guys. I did have somebody tell me that I missed a super chat. Let me try to refresh this live stream page here and make sure I can see if I can pull that up for you. Don't want to miss super chats, guys. That's my bad. Let's see. Oh, here we go. And I think it's already gone. I think it's already off the screen, so I can't pull it up. But yeah, I'll talk about it anyway. So we do have a super chat from TJT Reviews. TJT, I don't know why it didn't pop up in my StreamYard, but it is popping up in my YouTube live, so I am able to see it here. I appreciate it. Sorry, I can't put it on screen. Have you seen Children of the Sea yet? I saw it in theaters in August, and it's currently on Netflix. No, let's see. Children of the Sea. So if you guys know what this movie is, let me know. Children of the Sea. No. Oh, this looks beautiful, though. Okay, so we got pretty good critic reviews. So this is an animated movie, right? Interesting. No, I have not seen Children of the Sea. It is one that looks like it would interest me, though, guys. I am so sorry. My allergies are crushing me, and I think I'm gonna explode. I look like a tomato, and I can't breathe. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's get back to it, guys. All right. Let's see, guys. You missed a super chat. Yeah, I tried to take care of that. Let me make sure I haven't missed any more super chats. Got the Regal Cinema, One Night in Miami. Have you seen The Children of the Sea yet? How do you know she's a witch? That was a super chat from Mike. I missed that one too, man. I don't know why my StreamYard isn't pulling up all of these chats in the chat room. So my apologies, but I'll try to keep a better eye out now. Let's keep going. Your thoughts on Spiral? Yeah, Spiral looks interesting. Spiral looks interesting. Now, I think there's another Spiral. I know the new Saw movie is Spiral, but is there another Spiral, say, on Shudder? I thought I saw something for. Justin says Get Out is a great entry horror film. That is actually a really, really good one because Get Out's not scary. It's kind of like old-fashioned horror mixed with relevant themes. So, yeah, that's a great one. It 2017, I don't know, Robert. I don't know. If you have a fear of clowns, that one may be horrifying. If you don't have a fear of clowns, maybe. I think I didn't think it was scary personally, but if you have a fear of clowns, I think that's definitely one that's going to scare the beheebies out of you. Say hello to my dog. Her name is Wilma. Aw, hi, Wilma. I wish I could show you guys my dog, but for some reason, when I record a video, he won't come in here. When I stop talking and I just go, buddy, come here, and usually he'll come. But if I'm talking like this to my camera or to my laptop, he'll just be like, I ain't going in there. I ain't listening to you. I have to hear you all day. So I would get Buddy in here, but I can't. So I apologize. But hello, Wilma. Hello, dog. Who do you think should be the next James Bond? I love Henry Golding. I believe is his name, from Crazy Rich Asians. Henry Golding is awesome. I think he's going to crush it if he's ever, gets the opportunity. But I do like Henry Cavill. I like the Henry Cavill option quite a bit. I think he could be good for a long time. I was saying Idris Elba. I think he's slowly kind of getting out of that age. But y'all, if you're going to get Idris Elba, you better get him now because he is fantastic. Taylor Vlog says, hey, Austin, Mother, or I'm thinking of ending things. Also, I messaged you about the movie and who I think I would be. You messaged me. Let me know. Oh, Taylor Vlog. Okay, so no, I still haven't checked. I still haven't checked my not main DMs on Twitter, the other section of DMs. So Taylor Vlog, I'll get on there. I'll follow you, and then that should pop up in my main inbox. So that inbox doesn't send me notifications. But sorry, I get so busy. I'm sorry, but I would have to go. I'm thinking of ending things over Mother. I would. I liked Mother quite a bit, though, to be honest with you. I believe it got an F cinema score. So not a lot of people like Mother. I like Mother. I thought it was fascinating. It just didn't come together all the way. But I'm thinking of ending things. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. Do you have any Breaking Bad pop figures? No, crazy enough. Wow. I don't have any Breaking Bad pop figures. That is terrible. What am I doing with my life? I got to give me some Breaking Bad pop figures. I did order the Dune pop figures, though. And I'm going to be giving one of those away. So I cannot wait to receive that in the mail. Let's see. Would you have Ben 10 live action movie or Adventures of Tintin live action movie? An Adventure of Tintin movie is underrated, to be honest. Yes, it is. I love that movie. I would say, I like the Tintin Ben 10. That's nice. I would say, I would honestly say Ben 10. I think that would be really cool. Now, Cartoon Network did a Ben 10 live action movie, and it just wasn't, like a nope. But I would say Ben 10, and I would say I don't really want a remake of Tintin because I think that movie is as good as it could be, even in that way. But I like that Ben 10 idea, man. That was a show that I grew up with. Really, really fun. Henry Cavill, Logan Marshall Green, Idris Elba. I like Logan Marshall Green. Tom Hardy Light some people will say, but I still think he's a fantastic actor. Let's keep going here, guys. Favorite animated movies of all time. Spider-Verse, Incredibles, Spirited Away. Those three movies, put them in any order. I think my number one is Incredibles, and then Spider-Verse, and then Spirited Away. But those three are just my three favorites of all time. Who's more underrated, Jake Gyllenhaal or Tom Hardy? I don't think either is underrated. If I had to choose one, I'd say Jake Gyllenhaal, because I think more people know the name of Tom Hardy in the movie industry. But maybe, since Gyllenhaal has somewhat of a presence on the internet with his funny viral videos, maybe more people know Jake Gyllenhaal. So I think they're both fantastic. But I think at this point, they're probably rated as good of an actor as they both are. Let's see. Let's keep going here, guys. What is your favorite Aaron Sorkin film, excluding Social Network? All right, let's go pull up the full list. I want to say, I thought he, honestly, guys, I thought he crushed it with Steve Jobs. I did. I thought he crushed it with Steve Jobs. And you could cheat and kind of say The West Wing, since that is regarded as one of the greatest shows of all time. So let's go here. So other than, and I think it's too soon to say with Trial of Chicago 7. I think it's too soon to say, but I definitely put that up there. Other than The Social Network, I probably have to go Moneyball. Let's see if there's any that would. Yeah, I think it's Moneyball. Man, Malice. And A Few Good Men. Oh man, that's tough. A Few Good Men is a very good movie. I'm a huge fan of Moneyball, though. I love sports films. I'm a big fan of sports films, and I'm just an overall big fan of what Sorkin does. So you put those two things together. And I'm not a big baseball guy, to be honest with you. I'm a football guy. I'm sure some people don't like this video because I apologize. I'm a football guy. I'm a college basketball guy, but I'm not a big baseball guy. Moneyball made me interested in baseball, very interested. So when a movie is able to do that, it's probably my favorite. Let's see. Aaron Taylor Johnson or Richard Madden. Oh, I love Richard Madden. I love Richard Madden as Bond. I think that would be awesome. Man, that's a better choice than any of the ones I gave. No, I still really like Henry Golding, but man, Richard Madden is such a great choice. The Witch or The Lighthouse? I would have to go with The Lighthouse. I wasn't all the way there on The Witch. I wasn't all the way there at first, but I slowly started to fall more and more in love with the movie. I still won't say it's my favorite A24 film, but I definitely prefer I think The Lighthouse is fabulous. I think it's outstanding. Let's keep going here, guys. Paul Joseph says, Austin, can I go now? I have to finish Game of Thrones. Listen, man, Game of Thrones, you're going to be really, really happy up until the last season. But it's a great show. And I always say this, Game of Thrones is still one of my favorite shows of all time. I was just disappointed with the final season, but it's still worth watching. And if you invest into the first however many seasons you invest into, you got to finish it. That's just the way it goes. So I hope you enjoy it, my friend. Another patron, by the way, in Paul. Speaking of Patreon, if a biopic had to be made on Donald Trump, who do you believe would be the best actor to play him? Well, I haven't watched the new show with, what's his name? Gosh, I can't remember his name. Who's playing Donald Trump? I know Jeff Daniels is in the show. I probably wouldn't go Alec Baldwin because at this point, I think Alec Baldwin is just kind of a spoof guy. I'll just see SNL if I see Alec Baldwin as Trump. But man, what's his name? He looks great as Donald Trump in that new show. He looks very accurate. I haven't really heard him talk because I haven't seen the show yet, but I'm excited for it. So I'll probably have to say him. Otherwise, it is a toss-up on who would play Donald Trump. That would be extremely interesting, though, if we were to get a biopic. Let's keep going here, guys. We've got another super chat here. Ryan says, thoughts on Ben Affleck as a director? I love Affleck's direction. I was thrilled when there was the possibility of him directing the Batman. Absolutely thrilled. And then
things fell through and we didn't get his version. And then he wasn't Batman anymore. And now he's Batman again for one movie, which is awesome. I think Argo is a great movie. I think The Town is a great movie. Gone Baby Gone is a great movie. I'm a huge fan, and I can't wait to see what he does next. I'm actually almost as much of a fan of him behind the camera as I am in front of. And I think the guy's got charisma as an actor. I do. He's just, sometimes he doesn't put it all there for a movie. When he's the guy, say The Way Back as the lead, he did everything he needed to do in that movie. And it's unfortunate because I think people are going to forget that when it comes Oscar season. But sometimes, like, what is it, Geely? Nope, that's a bad one. I like this. Have you heard of Bo Burnham's musical comedy specials, What and Make Happy? Same person who directed 8th Grade. Fun fact about me, Bo Burnham is my favorite comedian. My number one. Modern. I mean, you go back old-fashioned. I love Dave Chappelle, who I guess is technically modern again. I also like, there are quite a few. And then back in the day, you got like Eddie Murphy and Jim Carrey, who's the OG. But Bo Burnham is one of my favorite comedians. I just think he meant to knock the water over. Yeah. I've seen it. I know every song. When he oh, I don't even want to do it because I can't sing. That's the problem. And I can't breathe right now because my allergies. But yeah, that is one of my favorite things on Netflix. It's on Netflix, right? I watched it on YouTube on his YouTube channel, but I believe it's on Netflix. He's fantastic. His country song, oh my goodness. Let's keep going here. All right, going to scroll down a little bit, guys. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Orion wants Aaron Sorkin tier list. That's good. I'm right. I'm gonna put that in my notes. An Aaron Sorkin tier list. And because in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh well, Trial of Chicago 7, it's already out. I've missed the opportunity. I reviewed it early, so it's not out yet. So I could do an Aaron Sorkin tier list. Orion, thank you, man. Thank you so much. That is awesome. That's a great idea. Now, we're definitely going to do that. No, you do not. You like him the appropriate amount. That is a great idea. All right, let's see. Keep going here, guys. Here we go. Will we get any guests on the podcast in this month, or maybe a 3K celebration? Have we hit 3K yet? Oh, we're close to 3K. Film Strippers on YouTube, 3C Films and I. We do a little podcast. We're probably not as active as we need to be as podcasters, but we do it together, and it is so much fun. We got another episode coming out early this week, and if we hit 3K, we'll probably do something, and we definitely plan on having guests eventually. So I'd love to. I swear to you, I thought this said Red Lobster, but it doesn't. What do you think about The Hunt for Red October? It's a good movie. I've not seen it in a while. My wife's a big fan of that movie. Big fan. I think it's a really good movie. So I definitely need to see it again. So art is a lie. Nothing is real. Okay, we're going back to Bo Burnham. We need to stop. Let's get studio. No, he is legit, guys. If you haven't seen Bo Burnham, just the best. Please go watch him. Studio Ghibli tier list. Yeah, it's a good idea. So my goal, my mission earlier last month was to watch all the Studio Ghibli movies and do a tier list. But I've just gotten so behind on that because I had so many TV shows. I didn't realize how many TV shows Netflix was putting out. I'm even watching another one right now. I finished Hill House, and now I'm doing, Bly Manor. Now I'm doing Queen's Gambit, which is coming out. Anya Taylor-Joy. Anya Taylor-Joy. And I can say pretty good so far because the embargo's lifted, but I'll be bringing you guys that. Just a lot of different shows to watch right now, but I definitely want to get back to it. Let's see. What type of music are you into? See, I'm the kind of guy, I'm going to take a drink of my Monster here. It's mango. I'm the kind of guy that likes all sorts of music. Legitimately all sorts of music. I love 80s. Journey is my favorite band of all time. Fun fact. I I love hard rock. I'm a big My Chemical Romance guy growing up. I love something like Fall Out Boy. We're talking mid 2000s now. Okay, we're in the young Austin days. I like some sort. It's according on what we're talking about here. R&B, rap. I like rap. So I like everything. It's just when I don't like a song, I'm just like, eh. But I'm not as into music as I am movies. I'll tell you what I do more often than not. I sit here and listen to scores. I listen to movie scores. Hans Zimmer, I have a Hans Zimmer playlist on YouTube. And when I work out, I'm not listening to hard rock. I'm not listening to rap. What am I listening to? Hans Zimmer. So I'm a weirdo, man. I'm a weirdo, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And it gets me more motivated than any other type of music. Movie fans, please answer some of my questions. Movie fan, man, there's so many questions. It is hard to get to. I answer what I click on, and what I click on is what I just so happen to see with all of the questions. So if I see it, I'll answer it. Otherwise, I probably missed it because there's a lot. I wish you all could see what's on my end because it's just like, it's just so much. Let's see. Would you like to see an Incredibles 3? Yeah. I loved Incredibles 1 and 2. I was a fan of Incredibles 2. I really was. But Incredibles 1 is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. So I definitely like to see it. By the way, guys, again, if you got a question, don't ask it 1,000 times. Just try to ask it like once and then wait a couple minutes and ask it again, just because it kind of pushes all the other questions. And I'm trying to see some different stuff here. Appreciate it. Let's see. Keep going here, guys. There's another Free Guy trailer coming out tomorrow. Okay, so that essentially confirms that movie is coming in December. So that's good. That's good. If theaters open back up, if theaters are still going by then, man, there's a lot of sadness in the air right now. Shashank says, okay, Austin, got to go now. Have to catch a game. Wish you the best, man, and continue crushing the YouTube game. See you later next week. Thank you, man. And stay tuned, my friend, because probably later today, I'll have my review of the Vampires versus the Bronx film on Netflix on Patreon, because I know he's on Patreon. So I appreciate you, man. Speaking of Patreon, we are doing Patreon Live later this week, where I allow you guys to actually get on camera, and we're going to have some discussions. Last time we went overboard, we did 2 hours. We had a 2-hour live stream, but I had some great conversations, not only about movies, but about, man, so many different things. Sports, life. Figured out where a lot of my patrons live. So that was really, really cool. So and spanning all around the world, which is awesome. So if you guys haven't been able to check out my Patreon, go over there, check it out. We're doing some fun things. And I'm going to allow you guys to be moderators, whoever's on Patreon. I appreciate it, guys. Let's see. Movies that unexpectedly made you cry. Man. Unexpectedly Wonder. That was a beautiful film. Let's see. Unexpectedly, a lot of the times I expect Infinity War. I didn't expect to cry in that movie. I had no clue I was going to cry in that movie, but I did. So that's the definition of unexpected. Idea. Fresh movies on Rotten Tomatoes that should be rotten. So I did the opposite. I did rotten movies that should be fresh. I am working on fresh movies that should be rotten. So thank you so much for that recommendation. It's a video I'm very excited about. Hopefully the next couple weeks, when we get a gap of nothing new releasing, I'll have that video coming out. Also, another video that I'm working on is the current state of my Oscar predictions. So movies that I've already seen. Can't comment on movies that I haven't seen. That's a different kind of video. That's a future prediction. But this is a current prediction video. So how would I do the Oscars out of the movies that I've seen? What would I give Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director to? I'm working on that video. It should be super fun. Pie or cake? Maybe the most difficult question I've gotten. I'm a big apple pie guy. I'm a big apple pie guy. But I have to go cake because there's so many different variations of cake. You can do bundt cake. You can do ice cream cake. You can do just a normal cake. Go on down to Kroger, get you some normal cakes. I love cake. But pie, man, apple pie, that makes it close. But overall, I think there's just more variety with different kinds of cake. And then you go into flavors. Pound cake? Angel food cake? Why am I getting higher? Let's keep going. Mike with the super chat. Daredevil Affleck would have been great with better direction. Changed my mind. Mike, I agree. Mike, I agree with you. I think Ben Affleck would have crushed Daredevil with better direction, with a better script in general, because that script is not great. But Ben Affleck was really good, and I think Ben Affleck's a great Batman. I think Ben Affleck's Batman was great in Batman v Superman. Was great. Not could be great. Was great. Even though I didn't love that movie. I do think there's some really good moments, though, within Batman v Superman. But I'm just a big Ben Affleck fan. I think I've realized that over the last couple of years. Just a big Ben Affleck. Chris Farley or John Candy? Oh, man. Attack of the Titans there, man. That two of the best and just the greatest comedic forces within movies of all time. Of all time. I got to go Chris Farley, though. You know why? Tommy Boy. That's what puts him over the top. Tommy Boy is one of my favorite comedies. I love that movie so much. It is so good. So Tommy Boy is my choice there. Chris Farley is my choice there. And Tommy Boy is one of my favorite comedies of all time. Darren says, Austin, what is your favorite musical score? The Last Melon. Ice Age. Of the last decade. My favorites would be Phantom Thread, La La Land, 1917. Great choices. Great choices, Darren. Tell you what, last year, 1917, Joker, I thought were two scores that really resonated with me. Arrival, Blade Runner, those two are amazing. Inception, The Social Network, we can't forget about that score. Mad Max Fury Road is another one. I love Silvestri's Avengers theme and how that carries over into Endgame, and the Portals moment was one of my favorite scores of last year. A lot of great scores. Great scores. So, man, I don't know if I can give you a favorite right now, but I am working on my favorite scores of all time. That's a list that I've got in my notepad right now. I hope to do a video someday. Let's keep going, guys. Checking on the time here. We'll go, we'll cut it a little bit short today, just because, again, guys, I'm so sorry. My allergies are killing me today. I took some allergy meds. It's not working. I'm sniffling. I can't breathe very well, so I'm struggling, but we're going to cut it just a tiny bit short today. But, man, I can't breathe, to be honest with you, but we're going to keep going, guys. Yeah, here's a good one. Logan was sad. Yeah, that's a very, very good one. Logan did make me cry so much. Tyler Van says, thoughts on Crocodile Dundee. Also, favorite Australian movie. Oh, man. I don't know what my favorite Australian movie is. Was Lion? Was that an Australian film? Did that take place in Australia? I believe Lion did. If that's the case, then maybe. I think the Nightingale was also an Australian film. I'd say those two. Lion, I think, is one of the most underrated movies of that year. Incredible movie. And Crocodile Dundee, I haven't seen it in so long. I'm talking like as a kid. I can't really commentate on it. I remember enjoying it, but again, it was so long ago. But I believe Lion is at least took place in Australia, or is an Australian movie. So I think that may be it. Let's see. Which film do you think is Roger Deakins' best work? Look, I could go No Country. I could go Blade Runner. I got to go 1917. I've got to go 1917. That was a masterclass cinematography session. One that I never imagined that I would experience anything like. It was incredible. So I got to go 1917. But that man, he is the greatest cinematographer, in my opinion, to ever live. He is so good. So yeah, I definitely got to go 1917. Man, that's tough. Thoughts on Garfield Spider-Man? Oh, yeah, great question. Great question. Listen, he is my least favorite of the live actions, but that doesn't mean I didn't like him. I really liked him. I really liked him. I thought he was very good. It's just the movies didn't quite do it. I think that was the problem. The movies didn't quite do it for him. He deserved so much more. You could tell he had a love and affinity for the characters, for the character, and for the story in general. It's just it never quite came together. But I would say I smell redemption, but I can't breathe right now. But there may be redemption down the line for old Andrew Garfield if we do, in fact, get that Spider-Verse movie, which is a dream of mine. Fat guy in little coat, Tommy Boy, man. Just a classic film. Hey, guys, I do believe we may have our first, and if you guys don't want to do super chats, there are two methods to do it. Our first Streamlabs. So let me share my screen super quick. And I didn't even pitch it at the beginning of the video, so I'm surprised we got a Streamlabs, because that is my bad. I forgot all about it. But yes, we have a Streamlabs question. Chi-Wan Lee says, have you watched Once by John? Oh, yes. And what is your thoughts? Now I can go to sleep. Yes, so I forgot to mention Once. Begin Again, Sing Street, Once. Now, I have only watched it once, and I haven't watched it in a long time. But I'll tell you what, it's another point to prove that John Carney is one of the most underrated, drastically underrated directors in Hollywood. Once, Begin Again, Sing Street. Beautiful. I need to go rate that on Letterboxd, by the way. I don't think I have Once rated on Letterboxd. But yes, beautiful film. And it's crazy because, and I was talking about my wife earlier. My wife actually introduced me to John Carney. She introduced me to Begin Again, which then I watched Once. I believe I watched them both in 2014. And I've watched Begin Again countless times since. And Sing Street, of course, went on to become one of my favorite movies. So, yes, I love that movie so much. Do you know The Muffin Man? Yes, I know The Muffin Man. Muffins, cake, pie. Which one's the best? It's still go cake. But muffins are very good. I buy blueberry muffins very often. Also, blueberry scones. You ever had a scone? I didn't have a scone until like last year. They're amazing. Don't know what I was missing out on. 24 years, no scones. Had a scone. 1 year of greatness. Just kidding. 2020 sucks. Let's keep going. I'm going to go a couple more. We'll take a couple more questions, guys, because it's come to the point where I can't breathe anymore. So we're going to have to shorten today's live stream. Robert says, I like every Spider-Man movie. Hey, if you're a Spider-Man fan, there is something to like in every Spider-Man movie. Amazing Spider-Man 2 has one of the most heartbreaking moments you'll ever see. I just thought that movie was a bit too convoluted. Same with Spider-Man 3, too convoluted, but I really loved Sandman's story. And you can't go wrong with Tobey Maguire doing the dances, all right? Just kidding, you can. You can go wrong with that. Let's keep going, guys. What is your favorite Breaking Bad season? Oh, man. That's tough. Maybe season 4? I'd say the final 2 seasons are where it just gets really, really good. But probably season 4. It's so good. Blind King says, I just joined. What did I miss? Well, I can't breathe. I've had a lot of great questions and a lot of really, really good discussions. So, yeah, a couple things that I would love to do from today's video. You guys have recommended some great video ideas. I've jotted down some notes, which I really appreciate. And I tried to make it through with my allergies, which are just destroying me right now. And I apologize again, guys. I really do. Let's keep going. Here's one we have. Please answer. Austin, would you rather see Pirates of the Caribbean 6, Transformers 7, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3? Okay, so I assume we're bringing back all the same filmmakers, because the easy answer is Transformers 7 with a brand new filmmaker. I'm going to say Pirates of the Caribbean 6. I just think there's more to that franchise, but they're doing all these reboots and remakes, so I don't think we're ever going to get it. And I wish Captain Jack Sparrow wouldn't have become a parody of himself. That was my problem. His first couple movies, he was amazing, and then after that, it's just kind of like, it wasn't the same for me. So I would say Pirates. I'm a big fan of the original trilogy, by the way. Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm a big fan. I really like what those movies had to offer. All right, guys, barring any super chats, I'm going to take one more question. Apologies again, I'm cutting it short. Somebody said, I need to leave. It's nighttime here in India. And hey, listen, don't apologize. Thank you for staying with me as long as you did. I know it is very late in some other areas, so I appreciate you guys big time. Let's see. Let's do one more question, barring any super chats. Okay, guys. And if I missed any super chats, my apologies. It's just kind of the system here. But normally my super chats stay on the screen for a while, so I appreciate it big time. Let's do. I like this question. This is funny. Let's do. Man, there's so many good ones. I like this. Okay, so what actor do you think has the best voice? For me, it's Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. Hi, everybody. That was bad. Man, I would say I think Morgan Freeman does have the best voice. I think Samuel L. Jackson has a hilarious voice. Liam Neeson. All right, Liam Neeson, Morgan Freeman. There's my two answers. That's probably, I know there's somebody I'm missing. The Allstate guy. There you go. The Allstate guy. All right, guys. Thank you. Barring any super chats, we're going to end today's stream. I need to go take some allergy medicine, y'all. My allergies are killing me. I truly appreciate everybody for joining today. For the madness, for the questions, for the recommendations, come back next Sunday. We're going to do this again. Hopefully, I'll be feeling a little bit better then. As always, I'm going to leave some of your comments as we go. Appreciate it big time, guys. And, man, I'll see you. We have one more from Mike. She turned me into a newt, Austin. A newt. Also, what is that a reference to? Everybody leave your comments down below. I appreciate you, Mike, man. I love your chats, dude. I love your chats. All right, guys. We'll be back. Haunting of Bly Manor tomorrow. Haunting of Bly Manor. Come back. Do not miss that. Review is going to be, as the kids say, lit. They don't say that anymore. All right. I'll see you guys later.